Now let me call to the podium Arthur Milnes, the City of Kingston's Sir John A. Macdonald Bicentennial Ambassador, no less, and founder in 2010 of the Sir John A. Macdonald Bicentennial Commission. He's prolific author of books about many topics, including Canadian history and politics, and a former speechwriter in the Prime Minister's office. Art, where are you sneaking up on me from? Come up.
Well, I don't know about you folks. Whoa. I'm going to wear my hat.
You're going to wear your hat? Okay. There we go.
And the first announcement I'm going to make is if you come this summer to Kingston for a John A. walk and you wear one of these hats, you have a free tour. So I wanted to thank Brian for that great introduction. And I'm going to let Brian in on a secret that I've never told him before. That whenever I see Brian, I think of John Carling. Now, who was Sir John Carling, right? Well, like Ed Holder is today, Sir John Carling was the pride of London, Ontario in the federal cabinet. So, Ed Holder, where are you?
There he is.
Minister. And John Carling was one of Macdonald's leading ministers. And at one point in council, Macdonald, as only he could, got that twinkle in his eye, interrupted things, and he looked over at Carling and he said, "There is no man in Ottawa as honest as John Carling looks." And whenever I see Brian, I think of that. So thank you, Brian. I also wanted to pay tribute to the High Commissioner, Howard Drake, and his wife. Some of you might have heard of our famous, take your pick, tree planting program at my house. So we've now had a U.S. president and 7 prime ministers plant trees at our house. But in January, Madame Campbell became the last prime minister. And thanks to the Drakes, she brought a bucket of soil from Earnscliffe to pour on her trees. So thank you to the High Commissioner and Mrs. Drake for letting us steal dirt from their garden. But in all seriousness, I think all of us here want to thank the High Commissioner and through him, the Cameron government, for all they've done, particularly at a time of economic restraint for their government, to keep up Earnscliffe and even sink some major money into Earnscliffe. So let's have a round of applause for the British government. So on behalf of the City of Kingston, that's a great title, eh, Ambassador? Very cool. I don't get His Excellency, but it's still pretty good. But I want to invite all of you to visit us this year. And if you come down to Kingston, the Limestone City, there will be the first thing you'll notice, and maybe I shouldn't talk about it in this crowd, but the first thing you'll notice is what a great mistake was made by moving the capital to Ottawa. But I won't go on about that. But most importantly, you'll see how proud we are in Kingston to be the home Canadian community of the first founding, and as Peter Van Loan, my friend, would agree, greatest Prime Minister, Sir John A. Macdonald, how proud we are that he called our community home. And at City Hall in 1860, he said this. He said, "It is here in Kingston where all my hopes are centered. Here my infancy was passed. Here my boyish days were spent. Here in manhood I labored in honest industry, and it is here in Kingston that my fellow subjects honored me by electing me their representative in Parliament." So with that, I ask you to join me in a double toast to Sir John A. Macdonald's Kingston and to continued success for the Macdonald-Laurier Institute. A toast. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, everybody.